What is going on, Team Eclipse Grunts? My name is Slaxorus, and today I'm bringing you guys a Pokemon Showdown live session with an OU team that's that's all about Feraligatr here. So this is the team I'm using today. It's called Latergator just because. And bulky, defensive, a little speedy Rotom-Heat, and we have Torn AV over here, Assault Vested Tornadus, bulky Scizor. Bulky Mega Scizor, 3 attacking, 1 substitute, or substitute 3 attacking, Kyurem, Scarf, Garchomp, and sweeping Feraligatr. So let's go ahead and get into this. My ranking on the ladder right now is like 1500, so we're gonna get some pretty good battles. We're not gonna get trash battles, so that's good. As getting battles, I mean, getting lower like ranked battles isn't bad, so to say, but it's just not as fun, I guess, so to speak. It's not as fun to have like higher tiered battles with a lot more fun. But anyways, let's see. Oh wow, I was about to pause it for you. So we have the Wiz. All right, let's see. He has this Slowbro. Yeah, this is the normal Mega Lops team. Let's go ahead and lead. We lead Torn, as he ends up leading Keldeo. I could go for the Hurricane here, but I'm just gonna go for the U-turn because he's gonna want to switch into his he's gonna want to switch into his Heatran right here. I don't carry Focus Blast. I just don't want to. So now I'm just gonna go into Garchomp here, as I scare him out with the Earthquake. But what I'm thinking he's gonna do is he's gonna probably want to set up his own. Yeah, he was gonna go for his own rocks, but instead. He thinks that I'm a rock set. He thinks that I'm here to set up rocks when I'm not. That is not my motive. I'm not here to set up rocks. It's just not what I do. Let's go into a Torn, as he ends up going for the Ice Beam. Not even predicting me, but just going for the Ice Beam. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff here because knocking off his leftovers is the best thing to do, as he ends up being a leftover set. And going for the Toxic, so that way I'm whittled even more. I am a Regenerator set, so I'm not extremely worried about that. But that Hurricane does do a lot, as he ends up going for the Scald. If I hit this next, I'm actually just gonna go for the U-turn because I thought he was gonna switch out, but he ends up staying in. As I can just freely go into either. I can go into either Scizor or my Kyurem here. It doesn't matter. I'm actually going to go into Scizor here. If he goes for another Scald, that'd be unfortunate. As he ends up going for the Slack off, I can now just go for the Mega Evolution U-turn, which should do a pretty good chunk of damage to the Slowbro. He's probably going to survive it, of course, because he is Slowbro, but that just lets me switch into my Torn. Yeah, I'm just going to switch back into Tornadus. As he ends up going for the Scald, trying to burn me. How much did a U-turn do earlier? 17%? 17%? I'm going to go for another U-turn. As that should kill, but he actually ends up going into his Keldeo, predicting my switch. Very good play on his part. As now I can go into Scizor, because Scizor does kind of wall this thing. It doesn't carry hidden power, so he's probably going to go for the Hydro Pump. He ends up missing, unfortunately for him. I don't get to see what type of set he is because he automatically outspeeds me, but checking from that Hydro Pump, he's probably a spec set. Even if he is specs, I should be, if I hit this Hurricane, should be good to take him out. As I do hit the Hurricane and am able to take him out, as he does forfeit. He forfeits, I guess because of the first play. So let's go and get another battle. We have as we can see here, we do have Sand Rush, we have some sand shenanigans here. That is most likely a Charizard X. X is or it's probably a Y, but he does have, I feel like it's a bait. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100% sure what type of Charizard that is, but it's a little threatening. So I'm gonna lead off with Feraligatr, as he ends up leading off with his Charizard. So if he goes for the Mega Evolution Solar Beam right here, that's gonna suck. So I'm just gonna go into Rotom, just in case he happens to be a Dragon. He actually does end up being a Charizard X. That's the bait. So not a huge deal. He can't really touch me. He goes for the Dragon Claw. I'm not really worried about that. I'm actually just gonna go into my my Garchomp and just go ahead and blow the fact that I am Scarfed here. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake. That does take him out, which is really good for me, as his sweeper is not going to be sweeping anytime soon. He probably goes into that thing first turn to threaten that. So now he's going to go into this thing and probably set up a Calm Mind. I'm going to just go into Tornadus because Torn can handle this thing one-on-one. As he ends up going for a Draco, drops a Draco, drops a Draco. Not worried about that at all because he does lose some special attack in that. So I'm just going to go for the U-turn. If he goes into his Tyranitar, which he does, I get some Switch Initiative as well, some pretty good damage. So now I get to go back into Garchomp. I could go into Feraligatr, which is what I really wanted to do in the beginning. I thought he was going to lead off with Tyranitar, to be 100% honest. I thought he was going to lead off with Tyranitar. But he actually ends up doing something else. Actually, if I set up a Dragon Dance here, I think I can win. As he ends up being Scarftar, I should be able to outspeed him now. As he ends up going into his Garchomp here. Garchomp trying to do the Rocky Helmet shenanigans, as he ends up being a Rocky Helmet variant, and the Sandstorm knocks me out, which sucks majorly, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? I honestly could have swept, but it would have been a little bit of a weird situation because he does outspeed me with this thing. That wasn't a very good play on my part, to be 100% honest. Trying to sweep with Feraligatr was not a very good idea, so just go into Torn. And, I just want to see real quick how much Heat Wave does to a Garchomp. I have no idea what set this is. I'm just going to put offensive Stealth Rocker. Let's just go ahead and put you... actually, no, I do know what set this is because he's Rocky Helmet. Garchomp. Well, where is the Rocky Helmet set? There's no Rocky Helmet set. Okay. Ooh, Heat Wave does 17%. I'm gonna... He is at... he's around there. As he ends up going into his Tyranitar. Oh, I missed the Heat Wave. That sucks. He is Scarftar, so he is gonna go for the Stone Edge right here. He has to. He is Scarftar, so because he outsped my Feraligatr. So wait. He might not be Scarftar. 242. No, he's not Scarftar. He might just be full speed Tar. Which is still intimidating. That's still intimidating. I'm gonna start the timer on him. It's a little intimidating, but I'm not majorly worried about it because Scarftar doesn't really, as he ends up going for the Stone Edge like I thought. Now it's a 50-50 whether he goes into Azu or whether he goes into his Latias. So I'm going to just stay in and go for the Dragon Claw because he's going to go for, if he goes into his Azu here, he's probably going to go into his Azu. Because he could go into his Latias here, but I can just full switch into any of these pokes that I can take it. As he ends up going into his Latias, probably should have gone for the Dragon Claw there, like I might originally thought, but I was scared of his Azu. So now I'm thinking I'm going to have to sack off. The thing is, yeah, I got to sack off. Do I have to? Do I have to sack off Rotom here? The only thing I really need Rotom for is his Azu. And even then, I don't really need it for his Azu because 1v1, these three pokes, Azu does not win. So I guess I can just sack off my Rotom here as he ends up dropping a Draco. No, of course. As I can now set up a substitute with my Kyurem here. And he doesn't have anything for this afterwards. So he's gonna go into his T-Tar. Because this is Scarftar, it's not gonna appreciate this Earth Power at all. But this Earth Power isn't gonna do as much because it is in the sand. As he does end up breaking my sub, of course. As it does a pretty good amount of damage here, but he is locked into Stone Edge. So what I can do is now just go into my Scizor. As he ends up missing his Stone Edge, that sucks for him. I'm just gonna go for the Mega Evolution U-turn here. Do I want a U-turn or do I want a BP? I'm gonna U-turn because if he goes into Exca, I'm screwed. So he ends up going into his Bunny. That's cool. That's cool. What do I want to go into? What do I want to go into? Let's see. Might as well just go into Torn. Fire off a Hurricane at this thing. See whether or not this thing is AV. If it's AV, I can deal with it. If it's Belly Drum, that's a little annoying. It shouldn't be a Belly Drum because it's in Sandstorm, and you need as many turns with health as much as you can. So he's going to stay in this turn. He's going to either stay in or go into Latias. He's not going to go into D-Dark 4, 100% sure. As he ends up staying in, takes that relatively well, though. Goes for the Waterfall. I can't play around with an Aqua Jet. So I'm just going to go into my Scizor as he's going to go into his Tyranitar here to get the sand back up. I'm just going to go for the U-turn now. which is good. It hits anything on his team for pretty good damage, as I can't really bring in Torn right now, as he ends up going into his Garchomp. I do end up taking out the, like, if there's anything on this team that I really want to take damage from this Garchomp's Rocky Helmet, it is more than definitely the Scizor, because Scizor is at full health. So let's see, what does he want to go into? Because if he goes into his Exca here, he can take out my Torn, and I don't really need Torn for anything to just, I only need Torn basically to just fire off. I only really need Torn to fire off Hurricanes. Torn does beat Latios 1v1, so that's a thing. That's a thing to consider. I'm gonna go into Garchomp because depending on where he goes here, yeah, I'm gonna have to go Garchomp, and this is a 50-50. So far, what he's been doing every time I bring in Garchomp. Let's just look back. A little studying here, a little study section. I go for the Earthquake here. He keeps dropping Draco. So he's baiting me to go for the Earthquake. I'm practically forced to go for the Earthquake, but I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Claw. I'm forced to go for the Earthquake here because it does hit Azu for super effective damage. Or not Azu, what am I talking about? Hits Latias for super effective damage. This is basically a 50-50 whether, because there's no reason for him to stay in. As he actually, oh wow, he gets a crit! The crits! The crit. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna Roost now. Because he doesn't have, the only way to take me out right now is if Latias is packing HP fire, and if it is, it is, but if it isn't, it isn't. So right now I just gotta wait out the sands, the sands. I just gotta wait out the sand turns basically, as he could go for the Earthquake here, which is gonna do a pretty little chunk of damage. Whatever he brings in isn't gonna appreciate anything. I'm pretty sure I take Life Orb, Hidden Power Fire here with the set I'm running. I might actually. I don't think I do. Which is okay because I can just switch into Torn here. Torn 1v1 does take it on, but he ends up going for the Earthquake here. If he does get a crit, that sucks. That crit is gonna kill me. As right now, all I can do is basically just wait out these turns. As he ends up going into his Torn, I'm gonna go into it's either go into Torn here on his Draco, or U-turn out, expecting him to not have. I don't need Torn as much as I need Scizor. As he ends up going for the Healing Wish. Wow, as he's going to go into his Bunny. I don't agree with that play at all. I'm sorry, I don't really agree with that play. As he ends up going for the Aqua Jet. I actually really don't agree with that play. I really don't. As he ends up switching out here, I'm going to go for the Earth Power now. Hopefully he misses his Stone Edge. If he doesn't, then that sucks. As he ends up going for the Crunch, playing it safe. Smart move. I probably should have gone into, I should have gone right there into Scizor. As he's going to go into his Excadrill, I'm going to go for the Earth Power here. As he ends up going for the, he gets a crit! The crit! Oh, the crit! Man, that crit mattered. That crit mattered. The crit mattered. Because it was a roll. It was a roll. It was a delicious, nutritious roll. Sucks. That sucks. I'm forced to go for the Bullet Punch. I lose here because he goes for the Waterfall and just, yeah. Whoa, actually, that doesn't go that much. I'm going to go for another Roost. Get back up to good health. As he wins here. Nope, should have gone for the Roost there if I had any chance of winning. As now he can just Aqua Jet and kill me. Wow, he's banded. That's right, I forgot. He's banded. Wow. I forgot he was banded. As I can kind of oh, the crit! Oh, these crits are giving me, oh, these crits. The crits. Boy, oh boy, these crits. Come on. I know this is stall, but I need to get back up to a pretty good amount of HP. Oh man, I need to get up to enough. Hold on, let's see. How much does BP do again? BP does 33%. I can take him out here. I want to get back up to enough to take an Earthquake. An Earthquake does 44%. Okay. Alright, good. I wanted, unless he gets a crit to save all crits here. Alright, let's see. I only have 2 more Roosts. I only have 2 more Roosts. I gotta make them count. Alright, come on, Roost up, come on. Alright. Alright, I'm out of Roosts. I can only take 1 more. Oh, he forfeited. Wow, I feel really shitty about that. I just stalled him to death with bulky Scizor. I feel really bad. Don't stall. Alright, let's go ahead and get one last battle. Why is my Nuzlocke on the screen? Okay. Let's go ahead and go. It's an annoying team. To say the least, that is an annoying team. Let's go and lead with Kyurem, because he goes into his Torn. I get to see here whether he's sub or if he's not sub, if he's AV. Looking from his team, it's looking like he's Life Orb. So I'm actually going to go into my own Torn. Because he might be, as he ends up just going for the Hurricane. Confuses me, which is annoying. Shows me that he doesn't have a Focus Blast, which is really good. So he goes for another Hurricane. Does really good damage for him. As I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam now. As he goes into his Garchomp, and Garchomp. Why Garchomp? That was not the best play for you, sir. That was not the best play. I'm sorry. Garchomp was the worst play you probably could have made. So he's gonna go into his Mega Gross. Let's go into Rotom, because Rotom does check this thing pretty well. As he's gonna go into his Weavile, I get to fire off. I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch. No, I'm not gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp. So he goes for the knockoff like I thought he would. Hopefully I hit this Will-O-Wisp. Please, Hacks Gods. Thank you, Hacks Gods. I hit the Will-O-Wisp. Now, and he says GG. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this live. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like. Follow me on Twitter. If you want to check out my own personal channel, that would also be much appreciative. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace and stay Slexy. Goodbye.